Alright guys, we're back, part 2 on the ASAs and what the differences are and whatnot. Just a really quick review. Air tank, ASA, air source adapter. You screw the air tank into your ASA of choice. The air goes to your paintball gun, you're able to shoot. Okay, you can unscrew all the high pressure air tanks, all the CO2 tanks, use the same threading so these fit with all of them. This is called just a straightforward ASA, just simple, little pin, you screw it in, immediately the air is going through. When you get to go unscrew it, you have to really crank on it and then boom, you crank on a little bit, then it purges out your air. In this case, I don't see where it is, but I know that these will have some kind of an area, they'll have vent, air will purge right on out. It can be a little bit of a freaky situation. Then you have your typical on-off, you screw your air tank in, screw this on, engages the pin, air goes through, you're done, you unscrew it, you're good to go. It'll no more air. Then you want to go release the air from here, so you go shoot it. These typically do not have a vent hole on them, so if you unscrew this to disengage the pin and you start unscrewing this will not have anything to purge out that air. So you have to, I guess this is a disadvantage, you have to purge out the air, which, as I said before, you want to take your paintball gun without an air tank, without a barrel, without a hopper, without a barrel, no paintballs in it, point it in a safe direction, or better still, go out on the field wearing your mask, shoot it 2, 3, however many times it takes, gets all the air out of the system, then you can unscrew your air tank. So that'd be a disadvantage to it. Lastly, you have what's called the purging on-off. Okay? You'll notice, other than the fact that this is mounted directly on here, and it looks a little bit different. This one's made by CP. For the record, I really like the CP ones. Not exactly a whole lot of differences here. Still has your knob in the front for turning it on and off. You have I've got a plug on this side. I've got a macro line fitting on this side for the air to go out. So what makes this so much better or different than this regular on-off? And the difference is everything will work the exact same until you're done, you're at the end of the day, and you're ready to go home, you're ready to take everything apart. You've got your air tank in, it's screwed in. Unlike the other on-off where you unscrew it, and then you have to do something to relieve all the air in the line, for your paintball gun, it will take a moment, and then it'll purge out all the air. The air will come generally out the front here, or possibly through the bottom, but generally out the front. It'll purge out all the air from here all the way forward. Now, some paintball guns, this being one of them, there's a couple of others, there's a few others out there, will still hold air in the chambers up here. So don't think that as soon as you do that, you purge it and you take your air tank off, your paintball gun is safe and good to go and there's no problem at all whatsoever. And if you're goofing around and you take a shot at somebody, that nothing's going to happen. No. You'll have to still vent out all the air in the gun. There is I guess the Planet Eclipse guns, the newer ones, the Geo and the Ego 9 and 10, and their hybrid, their upper end versions of them, that will actually have a deal in here that allows the air that's in here to get purged out. When you unscrew this, it'll purge out that air. Wait a moment, it'll release the pressure on here, and all the rest of this in here will all purge right out. Then you're good to go. But in this case, once you unscrew it, it purges out all the air from here to here. If you've got a different paintball gun that doesn't have a big chamber of any sort in here, it'll purge it all out. You just unscrew your tank, and you're fine. You're good to go the rest of the day. No problems. But if you know for a fact that they will, that yours will hold the air, make sure if you want to discharge this, you point it in a safe direction. No paint, no barrel. Better still, put your mask on, go out on the field, shoot it off however times it needs to get rid of the air in the system. So that's the benefit to this, is because of the fact that it will purge your air out. What's the downside to it? Cost. These tend to be the most expensive. This is a direct mount one. They also make some that are a little bit smaller in length that mount directly onto a rail, so it'll sit down a little bit. But these tend to be the most expensive. I want to say $30 would probably be cheap. That $40 to $50 tends to be the average price on a purging on-off. But if you can help it, this is the way to go. this is going to be your best bet. You get done playing, you unscrew the air tank, it purges your air out, you take your air tank off, and then you can easily generally put your paintball gun away as long as you're being safe and not have to worry about it. You can wait till you get home, discharge the air that way. Do keep in mind that air will be held in here. So this is your big differences as to what everything is and why it is that you would want one over the other. I hope that I made this pretty simple. And if you have any questions, feel free to go on ahead and let me know. Thanks a lot, guys.